Mike Gallagher.
You think it's tough dealing with me with the show? Imagine being an integral part of my life like the one and only Joey Hudson is. He's my frequent guest host, my dear friend, business manager, executive director of Gallagher's Heroes, the Fallen Officer Fund. Joey, I'm a little fired up today. Can you tell?
I can tell. If you can just get those phone lines working, you'll be good. So,
well, look, the reason they're fixing the phone lines is because I'm having a hard time seeing the screen because I don't want to wear glasses like you're wearing today because I don't want to acknowledge that I'm going to turn 65 in a couple of months. Look, yeah. I just realized me not being able to see the computer screen qualifies me to be an air traffic controller. I could go to the top of the list.
Oh, there's all kind of things that you're qualified to do. Yes. I see some great opportunities for you.
I'm telling you, I mean, I can't see the screen. Let me drive the planes. You know, let's be serious. And of course, if you don't laugh, you cry. And lots of tears are being shed over this horrific air crash over the Potomac. How about the role of these first responders and these men and women of law enforcement and the rescue operation, the EMTs, everybody trying to save whoever they could. This is what our mission is all about. And Joey, you have spent your life dedicated to first responders. Let's talk a little bit about Gallagher's Heroes and how people can help. But first of all, from your perspective, these people responding were simply amazing this week in Washington, D.C.
Well, when we first learned that something had happened, we weren't quite sure. We suspected that it was an airplane that had crashed in the Potomac. But, as we saw those first responders respond, lights were everywhere. Within minutes, there were hundreds and hundreds of first responders from Virginia, from Maryland, from D.C., all running to danger. They didn't know what was there, but they were going towards an emergency situation, and that's what they do every single day. Let me tell you a little statistic from the disease, the NIH. They say that a first responder is more likely to die from suicide than in the line of duty, and that's primarily because of the stress and the things that they deal with on a daily basis because they are running towards these horrible, horrific accident scenes like this. Can you imagine those divers who are trying to recover the victims of this airplane crash right now in the cold water, trying to find these people so that their families can have a proper burial? It's just horrific what they're subjected to every day. And that's why we have Gallagher's Heroes. That's why we published the First Responders Bible to try to help them build their faith so that they can deal with these type things.
And the mission is simple. The First Responders Bible is a King James version with a spiritual fitness manual that you ship out from your offices in South Carolina to thousands and thousands of first responders. And everybody who's part of our show today can help support us because we don't charge these police and fire departments and paramedics and EMTs. We don't charge them for the Bible. It's through the generosity and the generousness of our audience.
That's right, Mike. And through the generosity of your audience, we've been able to ship 60,000 Bibles to first responders all around the country. Every day we get requests. Maybe it's a single Bible to someone, or maybe it's a church group who wants to do a first responder appreciation breakfast or lunch. And that's becoming a popular thing. And we're happy to work with you. If your church would like to do that, we can ship 100, 200, 500, ever how many Bibles you need, and we can help you with that. But, we just need to support these men and women who, again, put their lives in danger every day, and they have to deal with that. Imagine the visuals, the things that when they go to bed at night and they go to sleep, what they're seeing from these car accidents and the various things that they have to be subjected to.
And these first responders' Bibles help them cope, help them deal with spiritual healing. This is why we're so proud of our audience for supporting us. You can go to Gallagher'sHeroes.org to make a donation, or we've set up a keyword for you today on the MyPillow text line. If you just text the keyword donate to 800-655-MIKE, that's 800-655-6453, we'll send you back a link, which will give you the ability to donate to support this cause. And what we do is publish these Bibles. And Joey, you're getting requests from all over the world, right?
That's correct. We get them every day, and it's only $5 per Bible. So, and we're trying to raise money to order 10,000 more this year to be distributed. So, just $5 a Bible. Hopefully, someone can help us out.
Please text the keyword donate to 800-655-6453 so we can send you back the link, or go to Gallagher'sHeroes.org, Gallagher'sHeroes.org. Joey, thank you for all your efforts. I'll see you next week or two in South Carolina. Keep fighting the good fight, my friend.
Thank you, Mike.
Let's go to the Mike Gallagher Show newsroom, where Roger P. Schulman is standing by, who's been covering the FAA hiring practices. A little later this hour, Roger, we're going to talk to a fellow Floridian, Captain Will Smith of Will Smith Aviation. He has flown in and out of Reagan many, many times. But, Roger, this is actually a very, very important issue, and I think the American people are glad, despite this horrible, horrible loss of life and this catastrophe, glad that we're having a conversation about what qualifies somebody to be an air traffic controller.
Well, it's a very stressful job, and you have to be at the top of your game at all times. You can't have a bad day when you're an air traffic controller. And as the president said, you can't have people with dim intellects, physical malfunctions that cause them to not be able to hear or see in front of a scope telling airplanes to go left, right, up, or down. It just doesn't work. And he wants the highest quality people. Now, we looked into what it takes to be an air traffic controller. It's a very good paying job. In fact, they're even encouraging high school kids to look into it. Go to USA Jobs or the FAA website, and they'll tell you what's needed. You have to be a U.S. citizen, be able to speak English, be able to function. And if you're not capable of working the drive-through at a Burger King or McDonald's, if that's too stressful for you, this is not the job for you. You can apply to be an air traffic controller up to age 30. You can retire after 20 years at 50. Mandatory retirement age is 56. You'll be paid while you're going to school, and you start at about $60,000. Within 3 years, you're making over $100,000. And the average is about $158,000 a year. It's a good paying job. You do work nights and weekends, but it's a job that requires somebody who's very dedicated. You can't request time out because you're stressed out, because you're going to be doing very important things. But it does, Mike, require the highest quality people who are very dedicated, and the pay is really quite good.
You know, I appreciate your facts and statistics, Roger, in this issue, because there's a lot of misinformation out there. I mean, there are so many wild conspiracy theories about what happened this week. I suppose it's a sign of the times, isn't it, that we have to be very careful to sift through fact and fiction.
It is, and the fact is that they do now, with the president, want the highest quality people applying, and it's no longer going to be a DEI situation where you have to accept some people who are not up to standard. There are certain jobs where you cannot have a person of low intellect or low abilities or low commitment. You don't want your doctor to be that way. You don't want your pilot to be that way. You want a Will Smith. You don't want somebody who was hired because they just squeaked by almost. You want somebody who's really good in these positions, and this is an area where I think the president is spot on.
And we don't want just any newsman on the Mike Gallagher Show. We want the best, and that's why we appreciate your contributions, Roger P. Schulman. Thanks for your work. Keep fighting the good fight.
Thank you so much.